Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share videos with a couple of friends. So if you watched the last video in the catalog there that I just recently uploaded, I talked about the release of The Accountant 2. This is a film that is being funded and distributed by Amazon MGM. And I just actually watched the trailer, and I did speak on reviewing the trailer afterwards. So go watch that last video. Please go watch the trailer for yourself. The link is in the description for that trailer. I looked at a little bit of the analytics there as far as when the trailer was released, and it only released about 2 hours ago, so it just hit the web. But this is a quick review. I'm not going to go into too much details. Obviously, I want people to see the trailer for themselves. But what I can say is I do like the tone of the film. We have the usual suspects back. Obviously, Ben Affleck is reprising his role. We have John Barenthal, who is going to be reprising his role, as well as Braxton. And it seems like he's going to be in this film a lot more than in the first film, which is awesome. That's also something that came up when I was getting information about the direction that this film was going to go in. So I was definitely excited to see that, because if you did watch the first Accountant film, you do know that Barenthal, he's in the film, he's kind of like omnipresent, but he really does come to the forefront towards the end of the film once they break down the fact that Ben Affleck and him are brothers. And so he's in this trailer a lot more. You do have some supporting cast members from the last film, so a lot of familiar faces for the most part. Like I said, the tone is great. Love the music they used for the score. There's a lot of action in this trailer. It's going to be action-packed. To me, this looks like it's going to be more action-packed than the first film, so it might be a little faster pace than what you saw in the first film. One thing I did notice, Ben Affleck looks about 10 years older in this film. Now, obviously, they have aged him because this is supposed to have taken place, I think, some time after the events of the first film and the things that take place in that film. And it's interesting that they are taking it in that direction. I'm surprised they didn't do maybe a story that's based on events at least 2 to 3 years out, because if you do remember, once again, in The Accountant 1, it seems like Ben Affleck and John Barenthal have a reconnection there, and it seems like they're going to be in contact a lot faster than what it seems this film is being placed in. I wonder how they actually address the gap in time. Like I was saying, Ben Affleck looks like he's been aged about 10 years in this film, and although Barenthal was in the same film and it looks like his character has aged slightly, he doesn't look like he's aged as much as Ben Affleck's character, so it's a little inconsistent there with the aging between the two characters. What else is in the trailer? Like I said, full of action, a lot of cool cinematography. This looks great. This really does look great. It looks entertaining. One thing I will knock this film on as far as the trailer goes is the fact that the trailer has shown me a lot of what's going to happen in this film. I feel like this trailer may have been plagued by what we see in modern cinema nowadays, and we've talked about this a lot. You watch a trailer and you feel like you've seen at least 60 to 70% of the movie. Now, obviously, The Accountant 2, there's going to be some details that aren't disclosed in the trailer, but it would have been awesome to maybe see a teaser, maybe something 20 to 30 seconds, a couple shots, a little bit of dialogue just to set the tone, and then you get the trailer. Makes more sense because the film is 2 months out, so it just makes sense for the marketing there. Maybe this trailer has so much information in it and dialogue in it because this is the first trailer that we're getting for the film, and it releases 2 months after. I thought The Accountant 2 should have had a trailer out by at least, I'd say, December. I think that would have made a lot of sense. And then you can kind of break down everything that you're going to do moving forward. But yeah, if I have to knock one aspect of the trailer, I do have to say this trailer did show me a bit much. I do think there still is two ways to look at it, obviously, with everything here. You could look at it from the perspective of saying, yes, the trailer did show me a lot. And I think that perspective aligns more with my perspective because I know what I'm going to get with The Accountant 2. I know what I saw in The Accountant. I know all the characters. I kind of know the gist of the story. I know a lot of the details of what's going to happen as far as the direction of the film because I just do research on this type of stuff. But for someone that is not familiar with The Accountant, this trailer might not be giving them too much information. It might make them excited to go watch the movie. So I think there is a balance there, and I think it just depends on what type of viewer you are. If you have seen The Accountant 1, then this trailer does give you a lot of information. If you're not familiar with The Accountant film, then also this trailer might be something that makes you interested in actually going to watch this film, or makes you interested in going back to watch the first film. So I think, like I said, I think there's two ways to look at that. Let me think what else was there. Like I said, you had the same supporting characters that we saw in the last film. Obviously, Ben Affleck back, Barenthal's back, has a heavier role in this film. They're definitely going to be working together a lot more. It looks like there's some inner turmoil between them too, and you did see that one in the first one as well. This is a film that does touch on the aspect of inner family struggle and turmoil, so I think that's interesting as well, that they bring that into the fold with The Accountant. That's what makes The Accountant a little more deeper, and it's a lot better than a surface level action film, because there's a lot of elements that are involved with this film. Obviously, Ben Affleck has autism, probably some OCD as well, which is probably a side effect of being autistic. And then you have John Barenthal. He's not autistic, but he had to deal with his older brother being autistic. Their father was Army colonel. I believe he was a colonel or a lieutenant colonel, something like that. And in the first film, there are flashbacks to their upbringing in their childhood. And so you get some information on that as you watch the film, which goes into the character development of the characters themselves. So yeah, overall, definitely a film you need to watch if you haven't watched it. The Accountant, I think that's streaming now, could be on Max or one of these streaming services. That is my quick review for The Accountant 2 trailer. Like I said, watch it for yourself. There were some things that I left out, some specifics that if you've seen The Accountant, you will know some of these faces. Like I said, there's a lot of supporting cast that is coming back. So I do think this film is going to be a good film. I think it's going to be one of those sleepers that people are not expecting. But I do think there is a core audience for The Accountant 2, and I am part of that core audience. So when that film does release in April, you know you will get my full review of that. With that being said, ladies and gents, go watch The Accountant 2 trailer. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you like the review. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, ring the bell for notifications, share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues that may be interested as well, and let them know to ring the bell for notifications after they subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you spreading the word. With all that being said, ladies and gents, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.